Welcome to Unscripted with JJ and Jamie. Today we have a special guest with us. We have Sabrina from Virgin Voyages.
Yes, hello, hi guys. So glad to be here. Ahoy, as we say at Virgin Voyages.
Right,
yes.
Ahoy. So your title at Virgin just changed, I
yes,
believe, right? Can you tell us a little bit about your new position?
Yeah, of course. So as of this year, I am now our sales and events manager for national accounts. So I'm working with all of our key partners, such as MVP, super closely, a lot more closely than I have in the past. Previously, I've had several roles at my time at Virgin Voyages. I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit, but previously, I was leading our trade engagement, so I did all of our events. I do our social media for the trade, things like that. So still doing that, but also taking on a role with our national accounts. So
I love it.
yes, more time with MVP, which is always a good thing. Yes.
I love it. We were talking earlier that I think probably the first time we met each other was in New York.
Yes.
At the party. I don't remember the name of it. I know you remember it, but there was a big party.
Yeah. It was our big lunch. So back in 2019, when we opened up for sale, we had a big party in New York. It was actually the very first Scarlet Night.
Yes.
It was.
Yes. So we got to preview some of our entertainment, and we were celebrating, we were open for bookings. Our website had opened up, all of that. So it was a really exciting time. In the afternoon, we had our lovely tea at the World Trade Center with Richard Branson himself. And then in the evening, we had that Scarlet Night party. And then there was a really great after party as well. We took over Times Square. It was a big spectacle, which we know at Virgin Voyages as well as at MVP. We like to
well,
make a scene.
You know how to do it right.
Yes, that's what I say. Anything worth doing is worth doing right. So,
and it's funny, we were talking about Sir Richard Branson and what an amazing entrepreneur he is. But he is so normal. To meet him.
He's very normal. Almost sometimes a little too normal. We have to be okay, you can't you can't do all that. But
the first place I met him was at the World Trade Center.
Right.
At this party. It was a very small, what was there, maybe 75?
I think honestly I think it might have been 75. And it was a lot of advisors and press and other entrepreneurs, things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's where I saw the clipping of the tie, but I had to go to the bathroom so bad during that. And so I was because I drank a bunch of Starbucks tea before we went, terrible choice.
Yes.
And I kept saying, JJ, I have got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So I went as he was finishing, and so his entourage or his people are bringing him through the hallway, and after, it's and I see him, and I was like, hey, thank you so much for inviting us. I'm Jamie Eubanks with Magical Vacation Planner, and we're so excited about your new ship. Can I take a selfie with you? And he said, of course.
And you got a selfie?
Of course.
Oh, I need to see the Richard selfie.
I've got two.
I
have two.
Oh.
So I then go to the bathroom, and I was so excited. I was texting JJ. I was like, you're not even going to believe this.
So it was perfect timing, actually.
Because he wasn't doing he would do
meet and greet, and
he didn't do a meet and greet, and so it was just it happened, and I just immediately was like, I would love to have a selfie with you. We're super excited to be here, and I was sad that my team wasn't.
Right. But you got one. Sometimes you gotta
take your chances. Yeah. You have to jump when you can jump, and so it was funny. So the rest of the night, I was just happy as a lark, and Doug and Michelle and JJ was like, "What? You know?"
Oh my! So wait, the second time, did they get a selfie with Richard?
We did.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because
we all got one.
Yeah.
On the ship, right?
Yes.
Yes.
On the ship.
Okay.
And we were actually scheduled to go on his. Was it his 75th birthday party?
It was. Yeah. So his 70th birthday party. Yes. And then it was rescheduled. During that time.
We didn't go on that one, but we actually had one of the rock star suites. Because as soon as it was announced, we were I think it was John Diorio had told us this is going to release at this time. You need to
right. You had the inside scoop. You know people. You made it happen.
That's right. And so he's like, book it as soon as you can. And we were like, we're on it. And we had some other friends that had booked it too. So we were super sad that it was canceled. But it's okay. Because when it did finally launch, because you guys actually had it it was really sad because you guys were going to launch during what we're calling the pause of 2020.
The pause. I like that.
For the 18-month pause.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. But you guys were supposed to launch your brand, like your cruise line.
Yeah, we were in the middle of launching when everything happened. I was actually on Scarlet Lady. We had some press events in the UK, and we started hearing rumblings of things. And then we were on the way, we were crossing, just the crew. We were crossing over, and we actually rerouted for that temporary 2-week pause, which
the
as
2-week
we know.
pause. The 2-week pause. The next time we're going to trust anybody with it. Oh, it's just temporary.
Yes.
Which it was temporary. We got through it.
Yep.
And we're actually stronger and better probably because of it.
Oh, 100%.
But you know, it's like I think that is the difference in being led by an entrepreneur that's like, you know what, this stinks, but you know what? Let's make lemonade out of lemons.
100%. And I think, working for a Virgin company in that time was truly priceless because, having a leader like Richard and even our senior leadership at Virgin Voyages, we knew we still had this great product to launch. We knew we had amazing crew and we did what we needed to do in order to be resilient, like the resilient lady, and make it through. And now we're here. We have 3 ships, a 4th on the way. Thousands and thousands of happy sailors have sailed with us and
and
made
Virgin
it through.
had to be one of the first in the cruise industry to start doing more of these social spaces that was more like a park.
But everybody's fast.
The design.
Fast followers.
Yes.
A lot of fast followers.
Yes, we have noticed a lot of similar things.
We call that fast followers.
Yes, I love fast followers. It is definitely a compliment. We've seen a lot of design inspiration, if you will.
Yes.
A lot of our spaces truly, and I mean, even thinking about, not having that main dining room, not having a buffet, having that quick serve, fresh made to order food, and having kind of those smaller venues and stuff did work in our favor when it came time to relaunch because we were already set up to function that way. We think it's a better experience in general. So we've kept those things, obviously. We still don't have buffets, still no dining room.
So here's some of the things that my favorite.
Tell me all your favorite things.
I can be a kid.
Yes.
You've got the seesaws, the merry-go-rounds. You've got
the arcade.
Yes. You have the hammocks.
The one thing.
Ramen noodles.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
the ramen is amazing.
Noodles. And of course, pink agave.
Pink agave. Really? We have to talk about pink agave.
That's our favorite restaurant on the ship.
I would agree. It's definitely a highlight for me. So Pink Agave, our Mexican restaurant on board, the most amazing food, the best service, and even just like the vibe in there. It's it's like dark, but like in a kind of like sultry way, if you will.
Is that where Doug had the cricket?
Yes, I was there. Yes, the crickets. Yes, it sounds like crickets. It's one of our cocktails. There's actual crickets in there.
Yes.
And Doug, which does not eat anything other than candy,
won't touch
chips,
vegetables,
or junk food.
fruit, or anything, but he'll eat a cricket.
But he eats a cricket.
I said, you're on live. Like, you really need to do this, Doug. Like, if you are a true MVP. And he actually, Doug has an MVP tattoo.
Did he get that on board our ship?
He got it.
Your ship.
I think it was at a press event they did.
Press event.
Yes.
And he got it there. Because he got it. I think in 2000.
That would have been in like 2018 probably.
2018.
And when he called us, he was like,
"You
guys mind if I get a tattoo of MVP?"
He's like, "Because I know how you are with your logo. I need copyright."
You got to make sure it's the brand standard, right?
We had some nieces and nephews in the car, and I thought, like, I just thought he was just being silly because we knew that there was going to be a tattoo parlor on the ship, and I don't have tattoos, and I'm like, oh no, no tattoos. He has one, and I just thought he was joking because, like, I thought, because we knew, and I probably said, oh my gosh, why do you like a tattoo? Because it's different,
Right.
I'm like any other, person. It's like in America, it's like, oh, it's different. Like we
I don't know about the different things.
So I'm typical, like that.
Cautious.
I'll see it and then I'll judge, but I'm gonna come with caution. So I honestly thought that he was joking. And JJ's nephew was on Facebook and Doug was live, and so his
did he record the live tattoo?
His nephews followed Doug.
He called me.
He was like your nephew, because we were driving down the street and they're back there and we can hear it, and he's like, Uncle Jay. He's like, Doug's getting a tattoo.
You know you've made it.
When people are getting tats of your logo, this is what he said. He's like, Uncle Jay, you know you've made it if people are getting tats of your logo.
I love it.
He's serious. Like, so Doug does have a tattoo. It is linked to
Virgin Voyages. Yeah.
And you know, I love your brand because you're just so. I always like to say whatever everybody else is doing, I like to go the other direction. So if people go left, I want to go right.
Right.
Virgin Voyages is a lot like that too. It's like, let's do whatever is opposite, you know, of everybody else.
You're talking about being edgy.
Yeah, it's a little edgy. It's a little edgy.
So it's, you know, it's fun, but I think that was also like when Virgin Voyages was brought to our attention, you know, and I was told that it was edgy. I was like, oh, you know, we'll hold like time out because we were started as a magical little like bubble company. Right. And you know, what will our little magical vacation planners think of this? So it took a lot of discussing because like I will be honest, like I was the one that was probably given the most pushback because I just didn't know if the brands would match. And so we did it, and then we went to that party, and I was like, and I saw a fellow owner, I don't know if you know Oof.
Yes.
So Oof and I had served on the Disney Earmark Travel Advisory Council. Gosh, now it's probably been 15 years ago. But I've always looked up to him, and he always loves JJ, and he always comes up and talks to us. And, you know, he has built such an amazing company himself. Right. And I see then other people that I know, and I'm like,
you're like, maybe there's something here.
I'm a prude. Like I am officially, you know, so I'm trusting it, and I'm like, because I love Richard Branson. Like I love his story. I love that he's not afraid to do what people might say, oh, wow, you have a tattoo parlor on your ship.
That's so unheard of. And I think, you know, just like when Richard the team was looking at creating Virgin Voyages, and when Richard creates any Virgin company, and I think this is what makes him such a great entrepreneur, is he really looks like, what is missing from that industry? What can we do to better that industry? We like to say we're changing business for good, and that doesn't just mean Virgin Voyages. That means, in our case, the cruise industry, right? So, you know, a lot of things we talk about is like what's included on board, and a lot of the other lines, we're doing a lot of nickel and diming. You know, you pay one price, and then at the end you pay your
another $2,000.
Correct. And so we wanted to get rid of that. So we include a lot more up front. We also saw, and this is something that Richard was very passionate about, we saw the way that crew is treated on other lines is not the Virgin standard. From the pay, the cabins, to, you know, a lot of crew don't get Wi-Fi access and they're away from their family for months at a time. So that was another thing that we wanted to change, and we have done that, and we've kept that promise. And it also helps because, you know, when you have happy crew, you have happy sailors, you have happy clients, and it just makes for an all-around better experience.
And we need you to have happy crew. You know why?
Tell me why.
Because late at night when we're laying in those beautiful beds and we're watching one of many movies that you offer.
Yes, so many movies on board.
Yeah.
I want gummy bears and popcorn.
Yeah, I want like a charcuterie board, so it's like,
and
you can do that.
Yes, and the way you deliver it and what it comes in, it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
The tin cans, all clean in a bag.
Yeah. And very sustainable too.
Very sustainable.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's genius.
Yes.
Like whoever thought of that bag, and it doesn't matter if you're ordering like
something small, something big. Yeah, it's all,
So it comes in this bag, and it can be really tall, and they put like these round
Yeah.
things,
So
and they stack it.
Yeah, so Ship Eats, that's our kind of,
Say,
yes.
You'll be able to explain this way better than I. It's a bag.
I was going to let you just explain it. I'll be like,
Please
that's it.
give the professional version of this.
Yeah, so Ship Eats is our kind of Virgin Voyages version of room service. So one, we wanted it quick and easy and a great customer experience, but two, we wanted to be very sustainable. And a lot of room service is a lot of, single-use plastic, saran wrap, a big tray that's you're kind of trying to fit in your room, in the hallway. It sits there all night. So you see someone's half-eaten sandwich. We didn't want any of that. So Ship Eats was our kind of innovative answer. And what we've done is, and if you guys are on board a Virgin Voyage, you'll see this because you have to order Ship Eats. We have these stackable containers, and you literally just stack each menu item on top of each other. They all lock into place, and then we put them in this sleeve, and then the sleeve is just delivered to your door. And the great thing is, if you are, I like to, especially after a late night, I like order my Ship Eats and then I'm getting ready for bed. So even if you're like in the shower, you're doing your thing, the Ship Eats, they'll just leave it at your door, just like Uber Eats, right? They just leave the little bag there. You can get your food later, eat it, and then you just put it all back in the bag. You don't have to stack it as nicely as the crew does. Just put it in there and then leave it outside, and then quick and easy cleanup, super sustainable, and it keeps the food warm, which is great. Yeah, and like you said, gummies, whatever you want.
Yeah, I remember, you like the popcorn and the gummies, and there was a mixed nuts, and then, but like the charcuterie board.
Everyone loves the charcuterie board. Like, my mom sails with us a lot, and she always has to get the charcuterie board, so I totally understand it.
So tell everybody about the record players in the Rockstar Suites.
Yeah, so in our Rockstar Suites, we obviously had to do a nod to our Virgin heritage. A big, music plays a big part in that. So we have record players in all of our suites on board. So it kind of sets the mood, right? So you can walk into your suite, relax, pour a drink from the mini bar, because they all also have mini bars, which are included, not additional cost, and just put a record on and relax. Maybe go out to your hammock. We can talk about the hammocks too.
You know what? Doug and Michelle bought one, and there's one.
Did they?
On their outside by their pool.
Yes.
They have one.
I love it. Yes. So all of our sea terrace cabins and above have these beautiful yellow leaf hammocks. They're red hammocks on board, and it's such a simple thing that makes such a big difference. Because I know, I grew up cruising. I've cruised a lot. I never hang out on my balcony. It's there. I take a picture when I'm in port. That's about it. Right. But when you have a hammock, I'm out there all the time. I grab a book. I lay in my hammock. The sea goes by. The wind in my hair. I take a nap. It's great.
And the way your ship lights up at night.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yes. Like I said, we like to create a spectacle sometimes. Yes. We like to make an entrance. So, our ship definitely lights up. She looks very different in port than the other products. But she also has custom lights, which I think might be what you're hinting at. And we can, custom, and they're not only red, Oh. Sometimes we do other colors. We typically do red, but, for different holidays and things, we can change them different colors. And we'll put different messages on board. So if we're sailing out of Miami, the ship would say I heart 305, or when we're in a new port, we might say Hola to Puerto Plata, things like that, just all broadcasted right on the ship, and it's so fun.
Also, another interesting fact is if you charter the ship, you can have it customized. So if we did an MVP, it could say MVP. Or
are we doing an MVP charter?
I'm just saying.
I was going to say.
I don't know.
Did you hear that?
That would be awesome.
I don't know.
I think you also hosted the World Poker Tour. So
yes.
It was you had that. So that's where I was going with that. I would love to charter the ship, but I don't know that that's happening. So
I don't know. Maybe not this year, but in the future.
Absolutely.
Maybe. Let's see.
I've always heard never say never.
Never say never. Come on. You guys are amazing entrepreneurs.
Yes.
You can make it happen.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Bless you.
We'll cut to a camera.
Tell me when we're ready. I got another question.
Are we good?
Okay. Bimini.
Bimini. Beach Club at Bimini.
What can you say about Bimini?
What can't I say about Bimini?
Exactly.
Yes. So our alternative to a private island, we actually sail to Bimini. And when we're there, we have exclusive access to the beach club at Bimini, which is our Virgin Beach Club. It's amazing. You start off the day, if you get there early in the morning, it's very relaxed, very calm, very serene. And as the day goes on, it gets more and more lively. So, lunchtime opens. The food on Bimini is amazing. You're not going to get your typical burgers, fries, hot dogs. We have true Caribbean style dishes. It's more tapas style. Amazing food. I love the food on Bimini. I never miss the Bimini food. And then we start this, around like 1, 2 o'clock, we start up our float on party at our pool. So the DJ comes out, we put a bunch of big floaties in the water, and everybody just has a great time. And that kind of closes out the Bimini afternoon. And then it starts to get a little bit more serene as we start to wrap up. We'll have some of our entertainment team out there doing some acoustic guitar sets, things like that, to really close out the night. But yeah, Beach Club at Bimini on all of our Caribbean sailings out of Miami, it's a must-see. It's amazing.
We loved it there. We just absolutely loved Bimini.
Yeah.
And
it's great. And the great thing, instead of doing a private island, when we do go, to Bimini, it is still, the other half of the island is, people live there, and you can immerse yourself in the local culture. And I've done that too. Yeah.
Yes, we took a golf cart.
We did.
Yeah.
And we drove around. The last cruise that we did, I think it was Michelle's 50th birthday party, was it? There was a whole bunch of us that went, and somebody had got a golf cart and said they brought it back, and so JJ and I hopped on it, and we literally went all the way
from end to end.
Yeah,
yeah,
and we
it's
just
amazing.
Had a ball, like it was just, because like a lot of times you're not in an area where it's really that safe to do that, but Bimini was, we felt
it's
very
beautiful.
safe and
very friendly people.
Yes.
Very friendly.
Did you get conch salad?
No, we did
I was gonna say, I don't
not.
think so.
That's the go-to. Yes. Yeah. Next time you guys are on a Virgin Voyage, you'll have to, step away from the beach club just for a little bit to explore that. But yeah, amazing food, amazing culture at Bimini. So you get both, right? Yeah. You get the private island experience of the beach club, but then you can also immerse yourself in the local culture as well. Wow. Best of both worlds.
Absolutely.
I love it. So our travel agents, they love it. And so a lot of us have sailed on it. But for those that have not sailed, or what advice would you give them, what tips, like say you could give them a tip on selling your product? What is something that they could, like a coin phrase or something that they could say to a client about going? Yeah,
so I definitely think, when you're going on your first Virgin Voyage, you should definitely keep an open mind. Yes. Because I think the experience, first of all, I've taken several, and it's different every time. Sometimes I'm very relaxed and I'm very serene and I'm focusing in on our wellness. Sometimes I'm really just getting all the amazing food and I'm very much on that foodie track. Other times, I'm there to celebrate and I want to go to Scarlet Night all night. I want to party at the Bimini Beach Club. I want to do all those things. But it's important to realize, you can do everything. You can do a little bit of everything. You can do all of one thing, totally up to you. But I think just keeping in mind to keep an open mind.
I love that.
Keep an open mind.
So explain what Scarlet Night is. I mean, we know what Scarlet Night is, but it's where everybody dresses up.
Yeah. So Scarlet Night is our signature party, and it's on all of our lady ships, not just Scarlet Lady. And Scarlet Night is truly when the ship comes alive. So you'll see, especially if it's a port day, when you come back from port, or if it's a sea day, it depends on the itinerary. You'll see decorations and things starting to come up, being placed out in the afternoon, and then after dinner time, the ship just kind of comes alive. Everyone's wearing red, and truly everyone is wearing red. Like, it's not like some theme parties where you see like a handful of people in the theme. Everyone is wearing red. So you have to pack your red. That's the number one tip.
Yes.
Actually, pack something red for Scarlet Night.
You have to.
You have to. You absolutely have to. So you'll see in a lot of our public areas, in like the bar spaces and our roundabout, which is kind of like our atrium, things like that, you'll see dancers and people starting to come alive. They may invite you to go see something exclusive, which is really fun.
Yes.
That happened
Yes.
to us.
There's lots of small hidden opportunities. So they may take you to a private show. They may just perform for you right there. All depends. It's always different. And then it all kind of ends with, there's a big celebration in the roundabout, which I don't want to give away any surprises, but there's something big happens in the roundabout. And then everybody heads up to the pool deck or the aquatic club. And that's when Scarlet Night truly kicks off. And our entire entertainment staff, so everyone from every show is out there performing for Scarlet Night. And it is truly the biggest pool party I've ever been to. Everyone's decked out in their red. The music is amazing. Everyone's dancing. And the best part is, if you've had a true Scarlet Night, you jump in the pool.
Correct.
Yes.
In your Scarlet clothes.
Yes.
Not in a bathing suit. You
Yes.
could wear a bathing suit if you want, but just
In your
fully
clothes.
decked out in your clothes. Everyone jumps in.
Yes.
I love just the excitement, and it's adults only as
Right.
well. I think that we mentioned that so you can jump in the pool fully clothed and
Right.
not have to worry about your kids seeing you have too much fun. and
Right,
being
right.
Like, well, Mom, remember that time you jumped in the pool?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that unless your kids are 18. And I've sailed with my parents, so I have some stories to tell about
Oh,
them.
man.
But
I love it.
But I mean, I think it's important, since we are adults only, the adults can truly, like you mentioned, you can be a kid. You can enjoy yourself. You can enjoy the basketball court. You can enjoy the arcade. You can enjoy these spaces that on a lot of other lines are truly overtaken by kids and teens, which
Right.
I understand because I was once a teenager on a
Right.
cruise ship.
Exactly.
I wouldn't want to hang out with teenage me. So
That's
I get
right.
it.
That's right.
I get it. Yeah.
Oh,
But so much fun
Yeah.
being pulled away and taken to experience something.
yeah.
I
know
know.
that, yes.
A little
If you know,
se-
you
If
know.
you
If
know,
you
you
know,
know. Yes. A lot of exclusive opportunities. If you're keeping an open mind, if you're social, things like that, you may be invited
Yes.
somewhere special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, we cannot thank you enough, Sabrina, for coming and
Of
talking to us.
course. Thank you for having me.
Oh.
This
Thank
has
you
been
so
so
much.
fun.
Thank you.
So excited. Yeah.
Thank you for watching Unscripted with JJ and Jamie.
See you next time.